Okay, so I realized that I have not made a video in almost a week, so I figured I would just do a quick like profile of the AOGIRI team that I'm running right now. So yeah, let's get into it. So the first off we have the blue Canada for his defensive buffs, as well as his end of turn like bonus attack, which heals uh, all all allies. It's pretty nice. So he's really there to help Algiri do a lot of tanking, right? So and since he's like not a very strong DPS, and he's not a big target most of the time, um, I'm just running a set of disruption cells on him right now. Yeah, so 3 disruptions for maximum effect. So of course, and also like all rainbows. Yeah. Okay. So next sector is Green Jason. So he's here for his buffs mainly. His torment buffs as well as like damage buffs and stuff, pretty nice. As well, he also has a bonus attack as well to help chip down um, enemies using single target attack. So he's also like the only single target attacker on the entire team. As for archer cells, once again, he is not a priority for the opponent, so he will not likely not be targeted, and as such, I'm just running another set of disruption cells on him. Of course, potentials, I split as many rainbows as I can. Yeah. Next up, we have Easter. So he's a little more important actually, because of his breathless effect, which passive, which is very broken actually, right? Because reduces resource rates by like 80%, regen rate and lifesteal by 40% is very insane, as well as his buffs, right? His buffs to the team are greater than that of Green Jason, and as well and Pedigator versus excellent damage from his AoE attacks, as well as Breathless. He's a big target for opponents, and because of that, for RC cells, I'm running 2 skill ups and 1 buff removal because I do not have a third skill up. Also because my cells right now, they're kind of weird because I got this like 4x cell from cell creation, but it's 4x defense, and I don't really want to run like Easter without any attack. So I just like use the 4x attack cell for HP and put it on him. It should be fine. It only matters like if you get unlucky and both of the like 2 of like the random severing allies like are not Noro. Of course, rainbows, he's more important, so my potentials are more like fixated towards like specific effects, right? So I have four smash for maximum shield breaking, and three initiates for stat boost, as well as 2 eliminates. Although these 2 should be undermined, but I don't have enough undermine rainbows, so yeah. And of course, the main powerhouse of the team is Noro, so his I believe he does give defense buffs to all allies, I believe. Yeah, so he gives Blood Guardian for 2 turns to all allies, to all AOGIRI allies, I believe. Yeah, which is reduced increased base attack increased by 5%, as well as reduced damage taken by 10%. Very important, as well as his Blood Wither, of course, and his stat boost. Very strong AoE again, and he's the core of the team. So because of that, I'm running one set of resurrection so that he can stay as live for as long as possible, and hopefully beat the opponent. Yeah. Potentials again, he's more important. So once again, it's 4 smash, 3 nation chains, and this time I have 2 undermine on him. So because an undermine works very nice with resurrection, because when opponent first kills Noro, undermine will trigger, and so will resurrection. So he'll come back. Noro will come back alive, but then he'll also the potential is also like drop like a random enemy skill level. Yeah. Backup, I do have the Mascona key for his backup buffs, which are really crazy, even though his CP is pretty low actually. For his cells, we have his exclusive self, which is very important actually, because because of Noro's passive attack at the beginning of opponent's turn, you are able to get fear on opponents even if you do not go first, and that will trigger his bonus Masconiki's bonus effects, such as increasing HP related abilities of all characters when attacked by enemies with fear by 5% each time, which is very strong. And then since you cannot run a full set, the tutor cells are like pretty much random. Ideally, they should be resurrection, but I do not have any strength resurrection cells, so I just put resurrection ignoring for now. Of course, rainbows. He is backup. Doesn't really matter what rainbows he has, so I just put like all like the bad ones like artifice and stuff. Yeah. Also, speaking of, if you do not have the Masconican skill, Masconican cell, it doesn't really matter because next week the new Naki is coming up, and I think Naki could replace Masconiki if you don't have the cell, because Naki gives like lots of defensive buffs to the team, which is pretty nice. But personally, I think that Masconiki is still better than Naki, because of his cell and of his like more damage boost, as well as like his fear passive, which discourages opponents from spamming the same attack, which is very good. Although if the meta but I think as like the game progresses, as people get more tactics and stuff, I think CP will once again be more important, and as such, Naki probably will end up being like superior in the end. But for now, Mass Kaneki is still good enough. And so yeah, that's basically the team. Um, for assists, of course, I have Mr. MM. So Mr. MM has the HP related stats increase by 15%, as well as gaining a shield at your turn when after you take damage, which is comes up in very niche scenarios. Like for example, against CCG, right? If the opponent has a Dojima, which has a start of turn attack, and Dojima is a psychic character, so it's possible for him to stun Noro, right, by weakening him, because I'm playing Resurrection Cell, so there's no Resurrection ignoring sets, so Noro can be weakened at the start of opponent's turn, and the way the game works is that the opponent's Dojima passive attack will launch first. Then Noro will do his own passive attack. But if Noro is stunned, then he will not weakened. He will not be able to use his passive attack. And because of that, Mr. MM will give Noro a big enough shield where Dojima's passive attack will not break through his shield, and hence will not weaken Noro. I think that is a very niche scenario, but also MM also helps Noro stay alive longer. But the only drawback is that Carnival Ayato, I think is Carnival Ayato's passive attack, which I think it's 3 stars. Yeah, yes, 3 stars damage amplification. So when Carnival Ayato's passive attack hits Noro, he cannot gain shield. So that also applies to Mr. MM as well. So in that case, it is a big lackluster. I think it depends on what kind of teams you plan to face against. Because if you think you face lots of AOGIRI mirrors, I think this Toka is better because of sportsmanship, which basically stacks defenses every time you take damage, and then heals at max stacks, I believe. Yeah. I think it's also very good. Unfortunately, I do not have enough materials to level her up, and if I did, I would, but I'm saving for I still need to get enough materials first. Yeah. But I will. But do plan to do that. And another assist I have is Pedruso, which basically heals 20%. So like you basically take 20% less damage, right? And then at start of your own turn, it reduces all opponents' defense by 10%, for 2 turns, which stacks up to 2 times, which is very nice. I think ideally I should not be running Pet Boy on him because he will probably die first turn. Since Pet Boy does reduce all opponent's defense at the start of your own turn, you want the character risk Pet Boy to be alive on your own turn. So I think giving it to Green Jason is a very safe choice. And then I just put Green Amon. So Green Amon, his assist passive isn't really useful for this team in particular. It's just like increased damage dealt to opponents with like higher HP than you, and then gains a shield. I think it's like whatever. I do not have any better assists for now. I think there's the new character where's it? Kyoko Aura. Her she has her own assist passive. Basically gives you buffs when you get your own turn, but I think that's very like it comes a little late, right? Because you don't get any buffs on opponent's turns. I think she's not as good, honestly. So yeah, but eventually I do plan on getting the new Toka, her up as well, and start her up and put her some like probably instead of put that Toka as Noro's assist, and put Mr. to probably Tadara instead. So yeah, basically the team. I guess just like a quick short video. Oh, before I end, there's the choice of ultimate skill, right? So the only two real choices here is either Kagane Attack or Might of Awaken. So I'll quickly explain why the two other ones are dog shit, because Twin Smite is basically like a middle ground between so Kagane Attack is a defense oriented ultimate, while Might Awaken is more offensively oriented. Twin Smite is balance, which doesn't really make much sense because you just have the worst of both worlds, and co-op is just like the worst one, honestly. Like your defense, you don't get much defense buffs, and then you don't get better offensive buffs either from the ultimate skill. So it's very lackluster. So again, choice is either Might Awaken or Kagane Attack. Right now, I do run Kagane Attack because I do like having more survivability and more defense. But if people start like playing lots of the old Antico team with like Charmed Coffee, Flame Wang, Maiden Hirami, and Carnival Owl, then I think that Might Awaken might be better to help break through wall break through Antico's shield, because when like Antico goes first with Charmed Coffee and they get a turn, they get insane shield, which is kind of crazy. Same as CCG, right? I think in like if there are like a lot of CGG and Coffee and Teikus, then Might Awaken's better. But I think otherwise, like if you play against the offensive Anteku with triple AOE, right? The Nishiki, Flame Wing, Carnival Owl, and Summer Toka, then Kakune Attack is better for its better defensive buffs, as well as I believe you do take where is it? You do take I believe you take less damage from AOE characters, so which is pretty nice, right? Also, could come up in a mirror maybe, but honestly, I think it's very preference. Right now I do think Might Awaken is better, because in a mirror, it's all AOGIRI, right? And Might Awaken does actually increase damage dealt to enemy AOGIRI characters, which is very nice. And also, you're able to break through shields, etc. Yeah. So this is how I would like build my team right now. I know what's it called? I think Black Assassin. He's running the same team, but his modifier is a little different. I think he only has one set of disruption on Datura, I believe, and then he has skill ups on Easter Yado and Green Jason. But I don't think a second skill up set is needed. I would rather have more sets of disruption. And yeah, so that's basically it. This is the team. I may or may not make more videos on RTA if I have time. And yeah, see you next time.